The key to my success is actually looking at myself as not just a CPA, but as a business person.
Hello, I'm Janice Celeste, Multimedia Specialist with the NJCPA, and we're here with David Lopez, and he was featured in our March-April 2014 issue of New Jersey CPA, and he did a great article on diversity. So David, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Okay. I just want you to tell me a little bit about yourself. Who is David Lopez?
Well, David Lopez, I was born in Brooklyn, New York. Grew up in a pretty modest family. Went to the University of Pittsburgh where I studied accounting and economics. Graduated from there. Moved back to the East Coast to New Jersey, Philadelphia region. Started working at a regional firm in New Jersey named Bowman and Company, a pretty prestigious municipal services firm. So we did that for a while, and then I took my skills to the Big Four because at that point everybody said you had to have that on your resume to be considered a true CPA. So I did that, did my time there, and then I actually moved on to a smaller, somewhat smaller regional firm, only had about 500 people, to really hone my skills how to be a business owner because I always knew I wanted to go out on my own and start my own practice. So I did that for two and a half years, and then after that, in 2003, I went out on my own and started Lopez and Company.
Well, congratulations on all of your success. Let me ask you a few questions. The CPA profession is not known for its diversity. And I want to know, why did you choose to go into the CPA profession?
Well, I guess the profession really chose me, so I can't lie and say I always wanted to do it. I actually went to Pittsburgh first as a biology pre-med major. Didn't do so well in organic chemistry. My advisor
I love it.
said you better find something else, and I took a couple of accounting courses as my elective. Really enjoyed it, and decided that was the road I wanted to do. So it actually was the best thing that ever happened to me, getting a C in chemistry. But I'm very glad that I did it. I just what appealed me to take the accounting classes anyway, even though I didn't initially choose the major in that, is it seemed like it was always something different. I was always good at math. It didn't seem to be the same thing, even though debits and credits were, not the most exciting things to start. But you could just see how many avenues just being an accountant could be. You could be public, you could be corporate, you could do all types of things. It just seemed like it was a good avenue and had a great amount of opportunities for me.
Now, you seem to be pretty successful in your career. How did you get to where you are now? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I guess the key to my success is actually looking at myself as not just a CPA, but as a business person. A lot of times, unfortunately, in our profession, we have the reputation of being boring and just being tight-collared and just all about the numbers. But I think our success here and mine is just, I've always kept in mind as a CPA, is what the AICPA says. We have to be the trusted advisor. That means we just can't look at the numbers. People look at us they ask us human resources questions. They ask us inventory questions, growth strategies. So we have to be more than debits and credits. And I think when you bring that to the table, the CPA designation just enhances, and you're already looked at as an expert anyway. So I think our success is using the CPA designation as the true foundation. That's our core principles, and build everything off of that.
Now, what about challenges that you may have had along the way? Can you tell us about some of those?
Well, we're talking about diversity since that was
Absolutely.
my article in the latest edition. Obviously, unfortunately, people feel as though if you don't look like them or you're a minority, you might not be as skilled as everybody else. But like I said, I went to the University of Pittsburgh, which is one of the best universities in the country. Actually, when I was there, the business school, which where the accounting program was housed, was top 3 in the country for undergrads. So it was in front of Harvard and a lot of the Ivy League schools. So it was a true higher learning institution. So that's probably the primary challenge. Not really sure do you have the skill level as your non-minority counterparts may have. So that's probably the biggest struggle. But once you get past there, people learn to respect your skills. It gets easier as you go forward.
What would you say to others who might want to enter the profession? And it could be others as, general, or even especially, I would say, minorities.
Well, yeah, to anybody, and especially minorities. One, it's a profession, again, it gives you multiple multiple roadways to success. You can work in public accounting like I've done my entire career. You can go to corporate accounting. You can go to sales. Anything that's number driven, you can become successful. But the best thing that I like about it for any type of student is, one, it's not easy. So can't lie to you. Obviously, the CPA exam is very, very difficult to pass, but it does give you an entree to everything else, especially if you go into public accounting, which I think is the best thing to do when you come out of college, because you can interview. I say you can interview different industries. Being an auditor, this week you might be at a pharmaceutical company. Next week you might be at a bank. Next week you might be at a manufacturing company. So it just gives you the entree to interview other industries. Is this an industry I might like? Unfortunately, a lot of people don't stay in the public and they go to corporate, but coming through the public system, public accounting industry gives you the opportunity to see all industries and interview them before you make a choice. So just being a CPA, you can go out and own, you can pay taxes, you can do forensics, you can do investigations for justice systems. It just gives you the ability to do many, many things.
Now, it seems that you are one of the more active CPAs on social media. I mean, you're on Twitter, you're on LinkedIn, you're here on Google Hangouts with us today. How has social media helped you in your profession? And what would you say to others who are kind of hesitant about using social media in the CPA field?
Yeah, well, I think it's a great tool. One, most of the time, 99% of the time, it's free. So you can't turn your back on a vehicle that's free. So that's the good thing about it. People say we don't have time. I don't have time to do it, but it's not that time. It's like anything else. If you're trying to get the word out, you're trying to connect with people, you have to fit into your schedule. So I like Facebook. I like Twitter. Facebook more. We've gotten clients from because it's a way to, like the article that I just was featured in. I was able to post that to Twitter, post it to LinkedIn, post it to Facebook, and now not only are people in New Jersey seeing that article, not New Jersey CPAs, people that are non-CPAs are seeing it, business owners are seeing it. So now you just circulated that article to tens of thousands of people instead of just the reader and the subscribers in the CPA profession. So we definitely use it as a marketing tool. And the second thing that a lot of CPAs don't understand, because again, we have that reputation of being tight and buttoned up. A lot of the entrepreneurs and the business owners that's coming through the ranks are in their the late 20s and mid 30s. So they're the generation of social media, avid. They do everything computerized, and they want their service providers to be as trendy as they are. So it's the way that you have to present yourself. Those older business owners as our clients now, they're looking at succession plans, they're looking to get out, they're looking to close the business, and these young entrepreneurs, all they know is social media. So you have to be in tune with it to be able to communicate with them, because no matter what, in any profession, lawyer, CPA, a person's going to hire you because they can identify with you. And if you're meeting them in the place where they are, it just makes that connection so much easier.
Well, I want to thank you, and I'm sure the society wants to thank you for posting that article everywhere and sharing it with everyone.
Oh, wow.
Now, I understand there's congratulations in order because you were appointed to the AICPA's Financial Literacy Committee, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that and find out, why is financial literacy important to you?
Well, it's important, again, going since it's diversity, we'll talk about the minority community. Any community really, financial literacy is not on the top of people's list. People think, financial literacy is if you have money. Well, the reason why you probably don't have money is because you don't understand how it works, how to save it. And I like to get it from the grassroots effort. Even on the AICPA committee, we have internal discussions. I'm not going to use the word fight, because they look at it as being a issue where people that have money needs to have the education. To me, where our communities sometimes stand still, don't even understand how to run a bank account. There's still people that in our communities that go to a check cashing place to take their paper paycheck to get cash, and they have to pay some enormous percentage of their money. They're already struggling financially. Now you have to pay to get your paycheck cash. So I think it's really a grassroots effort that we have to hit children. It should be big in schools, because even in colleges, because people come out of college and they ran up credit cards because it's so easy to get the credit card at Macy's or some other department store, and they don't understand what happens behind the scenes, or what's going to happen to them when they graduate and they might not have a job when they first come out. It just sets you up for failure. So I think the literacy piece, I'm a big advocate on the commission that we have to start with the younger kids. it's never too young, but middle school kids, high school kids, college kids, it's not just for the people that already have money. It's for us that's trying to get to that next step.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us, and I want to thank you for being a member of the society. I really appreciate you coming and taking time out and talking with us today via Google Hangout, and we hope to do more of these in the future.
I appreciate the opportunity.